Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for that very warm welcome. I would imagine that for any of us here tonight to have our names mentioned in the same breath as Jim Skinner and Senator Sam Nunn, we'd know immediately that we were in extraordinarily distinguished company. I know I am this evening. I'm very honored to be here, and I want to offer my most sincere congratulations to Jim and to Sam on their well-deserved recognition this evening. Those who know me know that my life has had many undeserved blessings and much good fortune. You can imagine my good fortune for having had the opportunity of working for and with Norm Augustine, who's routinely described as a legendary leader in business and in government and in academia. And that is not an exaggeration, because even a short list of Norm's accomplishments is a very long list indeed. The only difficulty I had with Norm over the years was that he routinely violated one of the cardinal principles I'd had for a high-performance, high-technology enterprise, and that was the smartest engineer in the room shouldn't really be the funniest person in the room. And Norm often was, and as a result, he made work fun as we focused on national imperative missions. But his most lasting legacy with the company was insisting when Lockheed Martin was formed that the business be founded on a foundation of ethics and integrity in everything that we did every day, and he modeled that standard personally. So I'm very much indebted to Norm for all that he's done for me personally, for all that he's done for the company, and I thank you, Norm, for your kind words this evening. Imagine my good fortune of having the opportunity to work at Lockheed Martin with 113,000 extraordinarily professional women and men who completely dedicate themselves to serving our customers. And of course, our customers are those who safeguard the security and prosperity of 320 million Americans and our friends and allies around the globe. They've been terrific friends to me. Some of the leadership team is here, very ably led by our new CEO and Chairman, Marillyn Hewson. I thank you all for all that you've done for me and all that you do for those who protect our nation. And I've spoken many times about the debt of gratitude I owe to the United States Marine Corps. That is not an exaggeration. I used to think I might be unique in that I was a young person without discipline or direction, and my service in the Marine Corps was completely transformational. And I came to realize what you already know, that the Marines have been doing that for our young women and men for 200 years. And I will spend the rest of my life attempting to repay the debt I owe to the Marines who helped show me the way. And then there's this completely undeserved blessing that is my family, led by my wife, Michelle, who I love dearly, who has always said yes to every really crazy idea I've ever had. My two sons, John and Brian, who have grown to be fabulous young men that I'm very proud of. Our future daughter-in-law, Kelly, thank you for saying yes. You know that acceptance is irrevocable. And thanks for the special illumination you brought into our lives, which are Aaron and Alexa. And there's one other person I'd like to recognize tonight, because he was the lone sailor in my life. And that's my father, John Edward Stevens. Jack to his friends. He was the oldest of 7 surviving children. He never got close to graduating from high school because when his father died, as was the custom, he took care of his mother and his brothers and sisters by working 6 or 7 days a week, 10 to 12 or more hours a day, never with complaint. And even though he didn't have a formal education, he gave my brother and I great lessons to live a life around. He told us to work hard every day because your efforts matter. He told us to let our word be our bond because other people will rely on us. He told us to help others, even though we may be facing difficulties, recognizing there's always someone facing a greater challenge than you. And importantly, he told us never, ever, ever quit. Life will knock you down. The measure is how quickly you get up and move forward. So with your indulgence, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to accept this Lone Sailor Award this evening in the memory of my father, Seaman First Class John Edward Stevens, United States Navy. Thank you, Dad, and thank you.